okay, but is chat lying to me about Ian Danskin being Warren pilled back in 2020? Because if that's true, because like in his earlier videos, like around that time or even before that time, he's like anti-electoralist lefty, I think, right? On Twitter, I think I've seen or whatever. He was super against Bernie Bros in 2020. Well, that fits like everything I know about him, right? Like this is somebody with like a deep emasculation complex, right? Like somebody who has internalized the idea that whatever being a man is, it's like not good. And they've taken that to the point where it's not just like, how do I put this? Do you guys understand the difference between somebody who rejects traditional masculinity, which is fine and good, and somebody who like is terrified of their own masculinity, so they like engage in this LARPy virtue signally quest to try to project to the universe how they've overcome their toxic masculinity, and in doing so, like wage war against like regular human behavior? The male feminist archetype, yeah. I hate that archetype because I'm literally it's 35 minutes. No. It's 35 now. It's 35 minutes. No. Did you ever go through that type of phase early in your feminist arc? No, I fucking love being a guy. I have no idea. Some lefties are so inhuman. They're like bug people or something. I have no idea how like you could like you learn that there are problems with how people behave. Okay, time to reinvent myself as some kind of inert brick. Time for me to live as tofu. What are you doing? It's not authentic. These people aren't happy. I refuse to believe these people. Listen, okay? I've said this before and I'll say it again, all right? You don't want to be toxically masculine? Too fucking bad. People are toxic. Irreversibly. All humans are toxic to some extent. So if you're a guy, you will be to some extent toxic in a masculine fashion, okay? Shut the fuck up. Fuck, women are too, because women can be masculine, blah, 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 okay? Don't like recoil from it. Just work to like be fine, you know? Like, you can make, there's like a discovery process you can engage in that doesn't involve this like weird, inhuman rejection of the self. If Kingslide, if you advocate me watch the Adam Something video again, I'm going to ban you. I don't watch videos that I agree with. Adam Something's dope. Did you see the video of? Oh my god, what is this? Here's his cope thread for having to vote for Bernie. As I've said, I'm voting for Sanders, but I'm uncomfortable with the feeling that I have to keep repeating I'm voting for Sanders to people to take me seriously. That any acknowledgement that Sanders has weaknesses, that Warren can be better than him at literally anything is treated as heresy. Oh, whining. That even implying race is important too got me called a capitalist. I've been wondering for a long time whether lefty discourse is unhealthier from hyperfixating on a handful of negative experiences, but this feels like partial confirmation. The statement that Warren is better on race than Sanders should not meet with 75% hostility. I didn't see how she was. I would like to remind everyone every single policy Sanders proposing will exist under capitalism, that voting for Sanders not bucking the system, participating in it, and he is proposing a European model of capitalism but with more regulations. Do you see what he's doing here? He's doing the I'm so leftist that even Sanders is a capitalist, but also I backed Warren. What the fuck kind of mindset? What mind state do you have to be in? It's the soy boy mind state, the male feminist mind state, of course. Making Sanders the avatar of the American left does pull the center towards the left, but it also pulls the left towards the center if you let it. Warren? What shouts to me about the treatment of Warren is she's advocating for more or less the same, but I prefer Sanders merely because he goes farther in some areas. But Warren calls what this is liberal capitalism. Sanders calls it a revolution. Okay, I don't get this. People who are arguing that Warren and Sanders were mostly the same economically, that may have been true in some like policy senses, but in terms of the broader politics they were offering, they were completely incomparable. Like Warren was out there like threading feathers into like caps that she could wear while doing rain dances, while Sanders was like getting arrested by cops during the civil rights movement. Sanders has had historically good relations with like Latin American socialist movements. Sanders works as best as he can within the system, but he's obviously a socialist. The difference, like, they're both limited by the Overton window in terms of their policy, but Warren ends where her policy does. Bernie is a revolutionary trying to work within a reformist system. I think that's a critical difference. Um, oh my fucking god, he made a fucking pie chart about people criticizing him over supporting Warren. Holy fuck. Oh my fucking god. Okay, sorry. I fall down a rabbit hole, sort of mourn the death of leftist masculinity or something. We need more leftist Giga Chat. I just don't think. Okay, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Be who you want to be, girl. BARBIE, girl. Okay? But there's a reason why people have the, like, castrated, emasculated, liberal feminist meme. And it's not because of, like, male feminist, whatever. And it's not because of people like me. I really don't think it's so much the politics as the behavior. Don't get me wrong, like, if you're a guy and you're a feminist or left-leaning, like, there will be conservatives who will call you, like, soy, whatever, whatever, you know? But overwhelmingly, like, it's not, I feel like the attack is on these guys who very performatively reject masculine characteristics. You know that uwu soft boy trend? Who here has any history with Tumblr, okay? You know how there's like this whole archetype of like soft boys where they'll wear like sweaters and they'll be like real soft and they won't like grow a beard and they'll have kind of like floofy hair and they'll be these guys are like in their 30s, okay? And like this is like a trope, okay? And they'll be like that and then the rape allegations will come out. You all know what I'm talking about, right? Like it turns out that you know, like you wait, you know what I'm referring to, right? Okay, yeah. Like where you have like people who will weaponize their perceived I guess non-threatening nature, you know? How does this fit with your gender abolitionist stance? But we're not talking about gender abolitionism. Gender abolitionism is about a sincere disinterest in gender as a social category. These dudes are obsessed with what means to be a man because they're running away from it as quickly as possible in an effort to better fit in with a social group or perform their you know their like wokeness, I guess. They just want to rape women. I don't think they just want to rape women. I don't think it's deliberate behavior on their part. I think they're just regular guys. The problem is that they're cramming themselves into a box, you know? Like, think of what it does to your psyche and your personality for you to have, like, conventional behavioral traits that, like, everyone has, basically. But then you get it in your head that it's politically and ideologically necessary for you to sequester those characteristics. That has to, like, lead to weird behavior, right? I mean, I don't know. It comes across kind of like culty, I guess. You're gonna get so much shit for saying this later. Nah, I've talked about the male feminist trope before. Aesthetically lucky, true. Hopefully some people in chat understand what I'm getting at here. You can always be canceled twice. Yeah, but I'm right. Not only am I right, but like even the woke people agree with me, okay? This is why if you go on like lefty woke skull Twitter, all right? These people, like you'll find like some like I don't know, MB trans super sensitive uwu trauma PTSD whatever. And these people will be friends with all these like male feminist soy boy cucks or whatever, but then they'll get railed by like giga chads at the bar, okay? This is one of interestingly enough, the incel dynamic is most at play in the hyper radicalized spaces because people have a bone to pick with pre-existing like social hegemons. And this is a real fucking thing. This is one of the reasons why these guys are so embittered. You know, I got to make fun of it a little bit because they're like, maybe if I'm soft, I'll appeal to like the woke scoldy girls. No, the woke scoldy girls are girls, and girls generally speaking like to be railed by 6'6" chads with fat cocks in like bathroom bars or whatever. That's just a thing. You can't. That's just that's just a thing that happens. It's fine. Just wake up. Bar bathroom, not bathroom bar. What would a bathroom bar be? They like they fill a little like ceramic toilet glass and then like slide it down the bar table. Vaush the girl, I do not want this. Obviously, I am not referring to all people. I am making broad generalizations, but it remains the case that people tend to find conventionally masculine and conventionally feminine people attractive broadly, even if people have diversified interests. These are archetypes people tend to be into, so on and so forth. Da-di-da. Obviously, exceptions. We're all individuals, blah blah blah. But it's a real thing. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Yes, it is. Okay, it's a lot like the who did it best, right? It's the anti-white black GF and white BF, right? Right? Black incels get furious about that shit. They fucking hate that shit. That shit makes them so fucking mad or whatever. Like you'll go to a black cell forum or something and they'll be like, here's a Twitter shot of this one girl saying the white boys ain't shit. And then here's like her, like choking on 12 inches of white dick or something. Like they get so fucking mad over it. I think this take applies to straight bitches disproportionately. Yes, straight women probably are more into guys than non-straight women. Probably.